Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Neverland. If this is your first visit, I have to say, you picked a great time to get away. My name is Pirate Emma, and I will be your tour guide as we explore this land of wonder and magic and adventure. Throughout our journey, you will hear tales of great courage and incredible kindness. In Neverland, there are no parents. We stay up as late as we want and fill our bellies with all of the candy in the aisle. In Neverland, you will face your biggest fears and find your bestest friends. In Neverland, well, you'll see. Now sit back, grab some grub, and enjoy Tales from Neverland.
Hi, name's Little Paw, and I've been here on Neverland for a long time. They call me Little Paw because I have a very special power, a power that no one else has. I can talk to animals. I mean, I've always felt a connection to them. But once I got to Neverland, something just clicked. I could talk to them, and they could talk back to me. So I explored all of Neverland to meet all the animals. They showed me beautiful waterfalls and a secret lagoon where I met my best friend Maya. She's a mermaid, and we dived for shells together. But one day, I stayed at the lagoon too long, and I ended up alone. I called out for help, but no one answered. I was alone in the dark and silence. And then there was the tick, tick, tock, tick, tock. I was terrified. But then I saw him, Gary the crocodile, the biggest croc in Neverland. He took a big bite out of that dumb Captain Hook. So I hopped on Gary's back and asked him for a ride back to the hideout. And that day, I realized something. In Neverland, I'm never alone.
Swimming can be so frustrating sometimes. Once I swam outside of my lagoon to look for new shells, and my hair got so tangled, it took 45 minutes to straighten it again. But it was worth it. I found this gorgeous little starfish. He became my new best friend and favorite accessory. The other mermaids tried to convince me the open waters are safe, but I've seen the black sails of Captain Hook's ship and know he would try to catch me in his nets. The other mermaids returned with seaweed in their long hair. I don't understand how they can be smiling while so messy. They always come to me afterwards to help them untangle their hair. They tell me about all their adventures. I smile, but no, I don't need to join them. I prefer looking at myself in my clamshell compact mirror while singing or sunning myself on the rocks. Just call me the cosmetologist.
Fear is, until you see yellow eyes staring back at you in the dark. The moon is shining through the cavernous ravine, illuminating its 64 teeth, 64 daggers, glistening with hunger. The beast's jaws opened, expelling the stench of 100 pirates and the sound of impending doom. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Time is running out. My time was running out. Through the tears of fear, I closed my eyes and pulled my sword. I thrust aimlessly, hoping I would not end up in the belly of the beast. Time froze. I could no longer hear the tick-tock of time counting down the final moments. Frozen in time, I opened my eyes and found myself in the belly of the beast, piercing the clock within its gullet. His jaws still open, I tenderly climbed out. His jaws closed. He lowered his great head as if to bow. I lowered mine and slowly backed away to safety. I escaped that day with my life, my sword, and a broken clock that I now wear around my neck, a reminder that as I fear his bite, he suffered from the constant tick-tock of the ancient clock. Whenever I sail the deadly seas, our paths cross. I lower my head to him, as he always does to me.
Fairies are real. Can you believe it? I knew there would be pirates and mermaids, but I met a fairy. I met Tinkerbell. Boy, she was mad. Some of the other lost kids had stolen the pixie dust she had spent all day collecting. At first, she thought it was me. I was so scared that she was going to turn me into a slug or something. But then I promised to help her look for it. She looked high, and I looked low. We searched so long that I got hungry. So I went to the tree where the snacks are kept. A tree with holes that looks like chocolate chip cookies. I reached in a hole and got one. I took a bite out of it. It was so good, but then I started to float. I was flying! I signaled to Tinkerbell because I couldn't get down. And we found some pixie dust in the cookies. I guess someone spilled out of the bag. To this day, Tinkerbell is my friend and she calls me Dusty. I knew fairies were real, but who knew that pixie dust could taste so good? I remember the day that I met my best friend. Well, it was more like I saved my best friend. I'm a fairy, but I was raised by pirates, so no one ever taught me how to fly. I learned how to fly by saving my best friend. My best friend is a bird named Rue. One day I was doing my least favorite chore, swabbing the deck, whenever I looked over and saw a baby bird falling out of a nest. I looked around for a mommy or daddy bird, but no one came. I had to save this baby bird. So I ran out onto the plank, holding my nose so that water wouldn't get in there. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in the water. I was flying. I quickly zoomed over and grabbed Roo right before he hit the ground. He told me thank you, and now we go on all kinds of flying adventures all over Neverland. We fly through the trees, and sometimes we see who can get to Skull Rock the fastest. He wins a lot, but that's just because he is smaller and can fly through the trees easier. That's not all. He even helps me swab the deck sometimes.
I may be a lost child, but I never get lost in Neverland. The other kids call me Maps because I know every single inch of this island. I mean, I have made friends with the fairies who show me how to fly, so I've seen it from above. And I've made friends with the mermaids too, who show me all the secret swimming holes and caves. You know, once the other lost children and I explored Cannibal Cove and we found a secret tunnel. Some of them were afraid, thinking maybe we'd see a crocodile or a sea monster. Not me. I led the group into the tunnel. The walls were slimy with moss and dripping water echoed like footsteps. I could hear my heart pounding in my ears. It was so exciting. Then, suddenly, the tunnel opened up into a giant cave full of pirate treasure. We stuffed our pockets as full as we could with jewels and coins, and it took 4 of us to carry the big chest out. We left through the tunnel just as the pirates were getting back. I would have given anything to see the looks on their faces.
Neverland. It's the best to swim. Mermaids. Let me sing and dance. We spin and make whirlpools. Sometimes the whirlpools bring us friends. And the next friend behind seats with us. I was good. I was gonna really smart so I can't find me. I'll be upstairs after all. Mermaids don't always know that they always get best friends. I sail upon the frothy waters in search of treasure, fun, and fame. My saber raised makes everybody tremble when they hear my name. The saddest thing I think is life
Without adventure to be had, I revel in Magic Island with boundless mystery clad. Once I flew with pixie dust and circled the island at midnight and threw a wink at some lost boys who shouted and pointed at my sight. And once I feasted on adventure, saw the sights no other sees, I'll sit at port and watch the sunset cast its glow upon the trees.
Oh, hi, I'm Fitch, and I'm a lost boy. There are so many great things to do in Neverland, like playing hide and seek in the woods, practicing your slingshot skills, or do my favorite, which is swimming with the mermaids. One time when we were swimming, all the mermaids disappeared, and then I heard of the tick-tock croc. I froze with fear and I knew that this was the end, until a pirate came out of nowhere and stabbed his sword into Tick-Tock's throat and pulled out a clock. Normally I'm afraid of pirates, especially the shady ones, but this one wasn't so bad. Peter Pan tells us that we should be afraid of pirates, and that they are bad. I don't quite agree with that. If all pirates are bad, why would he save me? Whenever we see him, we smile. That's not evil. I think we're friends, kind of. Hey, that's cool. I'm friends with a pirate.
Hi, I'm Petal, and I'm a flower fairy. The flowers in Neverland are special, not like the flowers anywhere else in the world, and I know all about them. I know a flower that if I make it into a potion, it'll make you laugh for hours. And another one, it'll make you happy, like how I feel when I fly. Once a year, on Neverland's birthday, I make a large birthday cake with good flower potions. There are some bad flower potions, but I only use those ones on pirates. One time, the pirates stole our magic key, and me and my friend Cecil went on a big adventure to get it back. I keep it with me at all times, just for safekeeping. Neverland is a place for lost children, not lost keys.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. Still can't see you there. Name's Eagle Eyes, the lost children. Blast my eyes. There, that's a little better. Yeah, I don't get out too much venturing anymore, thanks to the eyes. I prefer to stay right up here in Eagle's Nest. I mean, it's my job after all. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I can't see my own hand from my face, so how can I be a lookout? Well, for your information, it's more to being a lookout than looking. You may not have noticed this, but I am an excellent smeller. Yep, I've got the smelliest nose in the entire gang. That's why I'm coming up here. I can smell hook and spoon from a mile away. How may I ask, can I smell a pirate from such a distance? Well, let's just say, none of us smell like rotten fish.
It was the prettiest gym I had ever seen. I was having a picnic with my friends by the reefs, and all of a sudden the gym caught my eye. I picked it up and saw it was pink, unlike anything I had seen before. I found more nearby and grabbed as many as I could. When I got home, I made a necklace out of the gems for the Queen Mermaid. But then one day, the evil pirates were out looking for my stash of rare pink gems. They were trying to steal them. My friends and I hurried and gathered all of the gems and jewelry and hid them in the deepest underwater cave. The mean pirates were searching for hours, but they finally gave up. Now I have a cool new hiding place to hang out with my friends, and guess what? I'm still the best jewelry maker in the sea.
Hey there! What am I doing? Oh, well, you see, I'm trying to practice my backstroke. Of course, you see, I competed in lost during the swim competition at Berry Lake this year. And I'm going to blow those other swimmers out of the water! Why am I not in the water? Well, obviously, Berry Lake's all around the other side of Neverland. Duh! The ocean!
You know, I hear Peter himself will be overseeing a competition this year. Now that you can swim. He's so good, he can outswim the Jolly Roger. And do you know why he's so good? Well, he can swim in the air, of course, duh. That's why I've been practicing the whole year like this. Ow, I can't fly like Peter can, but I've been watching his movements. All you have to do is flap your arms around a lot like this. Anyways, I'll keep practicing, and pretty soon you'll hear him announce me, Rock Bottom's Newberry Lake Swim Champion. Oh, that reminds me. Better start practicing my butterfly stroke. So if you don't mind, I'll be back into water. Air gun. Blub, 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 blub.
Ahoy! I'm Echo, and I love being a pirate. As a senior pirate trainer, I get to teach skills to the younger pirates just joining the sailor's life. I am so good with the blade, the captain named me top sword trainer on the ship. This is the perfect job for me because it gives me lots of time to practice with my sword. One day, I lost my sword while chasing after some of the younger pirate trainees on the island. I was devastated. Who am I without my sword? So, I started searching everywhere. I finally came up on a cave inhabited by the lost children. I heard them practicing with their swords, and I just knew one of them had found it. I crouched down as small as I could get and crept into the cave entrance. After a few feet, their swords and shouts got louder. I peeked over some rocks and saw them play fighting around a fire. I looked around for a weapon. All I could find was a wooden toy sword. But I knew I was a good enough swordswoman that it didn't matter if the weapon wasn't my usual steel. I waited for the right moment, and then I leapt over the rock with a loud shout. The lost children were so scared that they screamed and dropped their weapons. I immediately ran to the boy that had been using my sword, and I said, "You shouldn't take things that don't belong to you." Then I picked up my sword from his feet and started running. After a moment, the lost children got over the shock and started chasing me. What a mighty duel ensued. I was fighting kids on all sides, but none of them had my skill with a blade. Finally, they gave up and ran back to their cave. I quickly made my way back to the ship as I knew it was sailing soon. I didn't want to get left behind. As good as I am with a sword, I'm a terrible swimmer. Some trait for a pirate, huh?
Action!
Hello, my name is Sally Flyer, but not to brag, but I'm kind of a beginner. Not only do I have these sweet moves, but I am the first fairy in space. That's right, everybody just talks about Neil Armstrong's small step for a man, but nobody remembers the small step for this fairy, especially not here. Oh no, everybody just talks about that Tinkerbell and how she helped Peter Pan beat the mean old Captain Hook. Please. I'll show her though. She thinks she's so good, but she's never taught a mermaid how to fly. Everyone says it can't be done. It'll never work, Sally. Water and pixie dust just don't mix. I'll show them though. They think me and River are going places. Maybe, just maybe, we'll make Neverland history as the first mermaid and fairy in space.
It can be scary at times, being away from my parents and not knowing how to get back home. But some of the other lost boys are younger and get really scared, especially at night. I try to be a big brother to them and show them the ways Neverland can be fun. We treat it like camping, sleeping out under the stars and looking for constellations. When we explore the forest and sometimes get lost, I try to make it a game as we search for our way out. We can do whatever we like here in Neverland, but someone must be a leader and keep the younger ones from getting hurt. We play baseball using sticks and coconuts, which are too heavy, so the fairies sometimes sprinkle dust on them. They soar out over the sea and above the clouds when someone hits a home run. Things like that remind us of how magical Neverland is, and the nights become a little less scary.
There's nothing better than being a mermaid. It's the perfect life to have in Neverland. My friends and I swim all over the island and explore every underwater cave. You'll never know what you find hidden in the depths of Neverland. Every great adventure here is filled with fun and excitement, but there is great danger. The awful Captain Hook prowls through the waters in the Jolly Roger and ruins all the fun of Neverland. But Peter always takes care of him. Peter takes care of all of us here in Neverland. He loves when my friends and I sing. He floats above the waters and our songs wash over him. He loves our music so much that before any lost child sees anything else in Neverland, he brings them here to listen to our songs. The new people always have the best stories too. The world they come from is so complex, exciting, and scary that I want to know more and more about it. But as exciting as the outside world is, nothing can beat Peter, my friends, our songs, and Neverland.
Standing in the shadow of that other fairy, I'm my own pixie. Don't you care? See the wings and the hair of this here fairy. I'm the one that does it all, so there. I'm sick to death of hearing of that other fairy. It isn't like she's got that much to share. I'm the instrument of wonder fairy, hidden behind her flair. Did you see that pirate flying yestermorning? Well, it was me, the one who put him there. Doesn't matter that he took, not asking, a sprinkle of dust from this chestnut hair. When it comes to Neverland, it's me, the fairy. I'm the one who helps the snakes and bear, takes the lions food and the calves their dairy, gives the horse an orange, the goat a pear. When animals are hurt, well then it's me they call for, not that other fairy with the golden hair. Please don't ever talk to me about that other fairy. It's the only subject I can't bear.
We hope you enjoyed your time here in Neverland, and it looks like most of you survived the trip. If you liked what you saw, please consider throwing a donation our way. If you'd ever like to return, then just take your pixie dust, your happy thoughts, and head towards the second star to the right and straight on till morning. Good night.